Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another meal prep video. So this week I have a couple of new recipes that are new to me to try anyway, and they will be in my How Did It Taste video. And FYI, sorry if you hear the noise in the background. We are multitasking and we're doing laundry and all that good stuff as well. But yeah, I have a couple new recipes that'll be in the How Did It Taste video. And then I have recipes that I've already shared before on my meal prep videos. And mostly I just like to hopefully inspire and motivate people to meal prep and just kind of think for the week ahead and figure out what you're gonna make. And again, like I said, maybe meal prep just a few things to get you a head start on the week to come, because even a small head start is better than no head start when it comes to that, because sometimes you come home from work and you just don't feel like cooking and you don't feel like doing anything. Where if you already have something prepared, or at least have something that is somewhat prepared, then it just makes your life so much easier. And for those of you who don't know, myself and my husband are full-time working parents. I don't need to meal prep quite as much as I used to because I went to 12-hour shifts, so I do have a lot more time during the week than what I did prior to be able to cook and all that good stuff for my family. But I still like to get a head start on the days that I do work. So meal prepping is still essential, because when you work 3 12-hour shifts, that means you're gone all day long and you really don't have time to cook it all those days. So yes, and sorry I'm a hot mess, but this is what I look like when I meal prep, y'all. Like, this is just me on my meal prep days. But anyway, let's jump in the kitchen and let's get to cooking. Alright y'all, so I'm going to start out by washing my vegetables. I'm just going to wash one giant zucchini and one cucumber just to kind of get me started for the week. What I am washing it with is a fruit and vegetable cleansing cloth. I found those at the Dollar Tree. Never seen them before in my entire life. But one side of that cleansing cloth is a really coarse side, and you just rub the vegetable pretty vigorously, and it did get off all the grime on the vegetables. I was actually quite pleased. So yeah, I'm enjoying that, and I think it was a great buy. Here I am just cutting my zucchini lengthwise because I really want to fry up these zucchinis and probably fry them up in avocado oil with some salt and pepper. And I like to keep them a little bit thick, so that way they have a little bit of a crunch. They are so good that way. Then I'm just going to throw the zucchini in a bag, and I'm going to throw a paper towel in there with them just to help absorb the rest of the moisture. And I'm also going to date the bag. Now I'm just cutting up the cucumber. I just cut it up in rounds so that way we can have it as a snack or with salads, with dip, kind of however we choose to eat it. Just gonna throw them in a container and throw those stinkers in the fridge. Now I'm going to cook up some beef chorizo, because for one, I'm going to make chorizo egg bites, and for two, that is going to be our breakfast. And then I'm also going to cook up these sausages, because we can have these with our chorizo egg bites during the week. Then in my Instant Pot, I'm going to make some boiled eggs. I have 1 cup of water in the bottom of my Instant Pot. I threw 5 eggs in there, popping on the lid, putting it on sealing. All I do is press egg on that stinker. It cooks for 5 minutes. And then let me just tell you, I throw it in an ice bath for 5 minutes, and it is bomb, because I don't think that any eggs have ever de-shelled as well as Instant Pot eggs in my entire life. I love it. So I am just going to throw these in a baggie, date the baggie, so that way we know when these were made. All right, now moving on to the chorizo egg bites. Y'all, chorizo egg bites are the bomb. They are our absolute favorite. If you haven't tried them, definitely do so. But I'm just throwing 8 eggs into this bowl. Now I'm gonna throw 1/3 to 1/4 a cup of heavy whipping cream in there. A little bit of salt to taste. A little bit of pepper to taste. Throwing in a handful of cheese. I don't even measure the cheese. I just kind of throw it in there. Just whisking that up real well. Now on my muffin tray, I am going to throw the chorizo in there, and I'm going to do it as evenly as I possibly can. The chorizo was in the fridge, so it was cold. So you'll see here in a second, but I had to loosen it up a little bit because it just didn't want to come out of that container. All right, now I'm gonna put our egg mixture that we mixed up in there. I'm just gonna kind of divide that up as evenly as possible. All the cheese wanted to stay at the bottom, so I had to kind of start shoving that stuff to the front of the class. And then as you see, the very last one was a little skimpy, so I had to kind of steal from other muffin cups. I don't know how I do that every time. It is what it is. All right, so as you can see, we're gonna bake those at 350 degrees for around 15 to 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on those puppies. All right, now I am going to make some jam. I decided to make blackberry jam. So I'm just taking 125 grams of blackberries, but you can do whatever kind of berries that you want. I'm just giving them a good smash with my fork. And now I'm throwing in 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of erythritol. And now I'm going to put it back on my scale because we are going to measure out 80 milliliters of water. And this recipe, as well as the biscuit recipe I'm going to show you, will be in the description box below. We're just giving this a great stir, stir, stir. Make sure those chia seeds are mixed in well. And now I'm just going to pour all this into a jam jar. And then I'm going to put it in my fridge, and then I will take it out of my fridge in a little while and give it another stir once those chia seeds are nice and distributed in there. Now we are making some biscuits. I am just adding 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of almond flour. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. That was actually a half a teaspoon. That's why it looked like 2. And then I'm putting in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of erythritol, which is optional, but I decided to add it. Then we're going to take 2 tablespoons of cold butter, and we are going to cut the butter into the almond flour mixture. And we're just going to keep cutting it in there until it kind of resembles more of like breadcrumbs. I'm going to take 2 large eggs plus 1 egg white in this bowl, and I am going to really give this a really good whisk. Then I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of sour cream. You can use plain Greek yogurt as well. I only had sour cream, so that's what I chose to use. You got to mix it in there really well, it says. Then I'm going to mix all the ingredients together, and I'm just going to lightly stir it all together. All right, so I'm going to grease my pan, and then we are going to take pretty large spoonfuls and just drop these biscuits onto this pan, because these are called low-carb almond flour biscuits, but they're like drop biscuits because they, you just kind of drop them on the pan. So my only concern is I haven't tried these, and I really hope they're not eggy, because I don't do eggy stuff. I don't know. I can't take it. I don't like that taste of eggy bread. And this will be, as well as my jam recipe, they will both be in my How Did It Taste video. We are going to bake these at 400 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes. And let me just tell you, they look good and they don't smell too eggy, so high hopes, y'all, high hopes. Now I'm just cutting up some of these jalapenos because I am going to make a tuna egg jalapeno salad. I'm just cutting these up pretty coarsely. I love jalapenos. I put 2 of them in there. You guys can put how many you want. You can skip the jalapenos. You can put pickles in there instead, or it doesn't even matter. I'm just throwing in 1 can of tuna. Couple of boiled eggs. My daughter's gonna jump in here because she likes to do the egg part where you get to slice it with the slicer. Again, we're gonna throw 2 eggs in there. Tuna and eggs. There's something about tuna and egg salad that's so good. Then we're just going to throw the jalapenos in there. And I like the jalapenos in there too, especially when they're a little bit larger. It gives it such a nice crunch. And then just add mayonnaise and mustard to taste, salt and pepper to taste. As you can see, I was getting to the end of my mayonnaise. And then I get another jar that's like getting to the end of it as well. I'm like, oh, good Lord be, I think we need mayonnaise. But we scraped the bottom of the barrel and we got enough. Just giving it a mix here. This is probably my favorite lunch here. I just love this lunch. I used a little bit of Himalayan salt and some black pepper. All right, and then I got mayonnaise on the edges, so just wiping off the mayonnaise, because otherwise that would have bothered me. But doesn't that look bomb? Yes, I love it. Then I bought a huge thing of chicken breasts, so I just wanted to get those cleaned up and ready for the week. I am going to divide this into 3 different baggies, and each baggie will have 3 fairly large chicken breasts in there. So that's perfect for us, especially on nights where you don't feel like cooking. Crock pot meals all the way with chicken breast, y'all. Like, that's my thing when it comes to chicken breasts, and you have 3 of them in a baggie, because you can go a long way with crock pot chicken meals with 3 chicken breasts, even if you have a little bit of a larger family. Just throw some sides with that and you have yourself a great meal. All right, just getting as much air out of it as I possibly can. And again, I will put the date on these so that way I know when I stuffed these bags of chicken. Then I am going to make some crack chicken because, again, it's simple, it's easy, so why not? I threw 1 bag of the chicken breast in there, and I'm going to throw in 1 8-ounce container of cream cheese that I just cut into cubes. I'm adding some ranch seasoning that I made. I make my own. I'll put that recipe in the description box below, as well as some pre-baked bacon that I already cooked. I added that, and literally you pop the lid in there, you put it on low for about 6 hours or high on for about 4 hours, and open that bad boy up. I literally use my hand mixer to mix it up, and that is one heck of a great meal. You can throw that over cauliflower rice. You could make 90-second bread. Either way, it is so good and delicious. All right, y'all, so that is the end of my meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I hope you guys found inspiration and motivation in watching these videos to meal prep for you and your family. And I hope you found new recipes that you can try. Again, that jam recipe and that biscuit recipe will be in my How Did It Taste video. But yeah, for now, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys, and don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.